So the second major allegation, or third major allegation, that is leveled against the sheriff's office by Detective Harb, happens to be Detective Harb again, occurred at a meeting at the Department of Family Services, where the sheriff's office, the district attorney's office, and the New York State Police, working in collaboration with one another, have created a task force called the Family Violence Response Team.
So the context of this whole thing is it's a female-dominated unit. And they do a phenomenal job. You do not want these women after you if you've committed a crime. They will get you and they will hold you accountable.
Relentless.
They're relentless. It's led by a senior investigator from the state police named Nancy Stack. I worked with her in uniform 30 years ago. My next door neighbor, literally my next door neighbor, Georgia Harris, is on there, as well as other Child Protective Service and social workers.
A lot of county employees and
a lot of county employees. So in the process of having the discussion, those people, the women, were out of the room. And we were kind of marveling at their success. And the term came up that they were the Estrogen Mafia. So at the time that term was used, the context was it was meant as a comment on women empowerment. They were the Estrogen Mafia. The context was it was meant as a comment on women empowerment. And I'll tell you where I first heard the term Estrogen Mafia. I was visiting some relatives of my wife's down in South Carolina. We went to a softball tournament. And they had a female softball team there called the Estrogen Mafia. In fact, they had a banner that said, "Estrogen Mafia, hear us roar." I've heard that term used in that context all the time. I've used it. And if you go on the internet, they sell T-shirts all over the place. Estrogen Mafia. So
and it's a compliment.
it's a as far as I'm concerned, and I've heard it used, it is a term of female empowerment. And if you look at what we do at the sheriff's office, especially at our Facebook page, at every turn we're trying to push women to exceed to their ability. We have a female lieutenant. We send women to these specialized female street survival schools. Wherever we can, we put them on special details. They were the Estrogen Mafia. I've heard that term used in that context all the time. I've used it. So what's happened here is this incident took place in December of 22. And now that we're in an election cycle, Jack Harb is offended. And he in the article he expressed righteous indignation that he has a couple of daughters, and he would be working for Megan Galligan at the time, was the female DA. And basically, this is the pattern that's gone all along in this campaign, that they'll take a soundbite and then they'll supply the narrative.
Now, to be clear, they're attributing that comment to you, correct?
So I understand that and this was just hearsay, but I understand it's probably true, that not only did I say it, but the commissioner of social service or family services said it. And the term came up that they were the Estrogen Mafia. The context was, it was meant as a comment on women empowerment. I've heard that term used in that context all the time. I've used it. Apparently, he was called in and counseled on that, admonished. And I never was. I was cleared by the outside agency investigating
So
this.
an outside agency comes in, listens to the tape,
Right.
determines who said it.
Speaks to the people that were there.
Yeah, speaks
They
to
do
the
a
people that
thorough
were there,
job.
and they do a very thorough job, and I thank them for that. And they determined that you did not say it.
No, they said I said it, but the context wasn't a problem.
Okay. and then someone else has been disciplined for that.
Yeah, and I'm not sure why. And the River Reporter, apparently they've listened to the tape, and then they add that there's some laughter about it. I think the any type of laughter was like, yeah, it's like when you talk about senior citizens, their how they jealously guard Social Security and the right to vote,
Sure.
and you call them the Gray Panthers. Watch out for the Gray Panthers, and you chuckle about it. There was nothing derogatory. There was nothing demeaning about the women we were talking about. We were just using
I mean,
basically a term for, like I said, women's empowerment.
Your wife rose to the level of captain in the
No, she was the deputy superintendent
Pepper.
for security at Otisville, the number 2 at Otisville.
So you
State corrections.
So you cheered women
And
on all the
all
way,
along, yeah.
all the way.
So anyway, the allegations are baseless.
Mhm.